Still got more games in Group A to get into this Capcom Cup. Let's see who we got coming up for you guys.
I'm looking forward to this next match as well. We got Gghalibel versus Phemom. Oh, the Ken mirror now following the Luke mirror. And we know Phemom has been looking incredible so far, right? 3-0, 6-game difference. But Gghalibel has been looking like no slouch himself. Incredible Ken play coming from Germany, as you mentioned earlier, qualified through that World Warrior tournament. And this man, he's a veteran of fighting games as well, and he's been bringing his talents to Street Fighter 6 in a very notable way.
Here we go. We're going to go into the first game. Phemom, Gghalibel. This is Group A. These guys are trying to make it out. Phemom at the top of the pack. Gghalibel down there in the midst of it, but he can still make some big waves if he can put a stop to Phenom's run right here. Let's get into it.
See, look, he's making the face like he's ready to fight Phemom, though. Always cool, calm, and collected when it comes to this. Looking to continue the mission right now. 3-0 up until this point. 6-game differential. Hasn't dropped a single set. And look at that. The way they started. We're just inching back and forth between each other, and the crouch medium kick snipe for Gghalibel first.
And look at the offense already getting started. Looking for the low forward. And here we go. Goes for the side switch, enhanced Jinrai, uppercut to get the damage. And now he's pressing his own offense. And Gghalibel almost got himself in trouble with that crouch jab, because you saw Phemom was scouting.
And look at that. Phemom, as soon as they get outside that normal range, first thing he did was throw a fireball. So both of them got to put that in their mind, that a jump could net huge damage if they're willing to risk it. Nice, perfect parry.
Attack the drive bar. I love it. And now you have him playing this game where he's in burnout and he has to eat this chip. That's great damage to have, especially if you have the lead in the first round versus a player like Phemom. But he's still checking even after Jammerz. Perfect parry. Oh, Gghalibel. Tatsu to the corner. What's the guess here? Drive rush forward, tries to get a reaction, and now that drive bar is back for Phemom. Instant cash out with the low forward. Tatsu back just to that corner, just about.
Yeah, exactly right. Whether it's a side switch or the Tatsu carry, you're going to be close to the corner regardless.
First jump in, anti-air by Phemom. I like it.
I'm glad Gghalibel's willing to risk it though, right? At least you make him think about it on the ground now. You can see he's not throwing fireballs. He took a long time to throw one there.
Taking his time. A little delay there on that target.
Oh, caught the whip punish. Phenom's whip punishing at this event so far.
It's
second to none.
Oh, caught you reaching, bro.
Holy smokes. We usually say hands and arms inside the vehicle. I guess it's feet too, bro.
Hands and they say it on the sign, bro. Hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times, bro. This is the Phemom ride, bro. You better be careful.
Yeah, a little bit scary on that stand medium kick.
Perfect parry. Attack the drive bar. I do love this approach though, but you got to be careful. A little too early for the fireball. Misses. They trade in the jump ins.
Oh yeah, and Gghalibel forcing the issue right there. He did OD fireball in the drive rush, spinning a lot of drive gauge. Big parry, and Phemom burns himself out with the cancel, but he side switches.
I've seen him play in this situation before, sneaking in the overhead.
Oh, he did cancel level 3 right there. He might have been too far. I think he would have gotten non-cinematic, but either way.
Yeah. But he wouldn't. The only follow-up he would have had is uppercut. And I mean, I'm sure it would have killed, but still, you don't want to take the chance if you don't have to. Speaking of taking the chances, the heavy kick follow-up to Jinrai. Gghalibel keeping us in contention, though. He's really taking it to Phemom right now.
Yeah, it's just wild the way Phemom has been able to, when the pressure's at its peak, been able to outclutch his opponent. Yeah. He just looks so composed, so used to the environment that he's like, bro, I'm not going to be the one that cracks. And his opponents continue to do so.
You know, that's one of the things people really talk about Street Fighter 6 is the mental stack. Yeah. So saying that, like, you know, I'm not going to crack first, especially when you're like, hey, I don't want to get hit. Wow. Calls out the reaction right there. And he did that because he saw how ready Phemom was and willing to throw out some of these low forwards, as well as a couple buttons in the neutral. Jinrai side switch takes the damage. He's got an opportunity.
I love the way both of these players are perfect pairing each other's block strings, though, right? They're not letting you have these easy light strings like that. Whoa, interesting, the sweep after the response.
Oh, little shimmy there. Stand fierce, gets the uppercut, tries to go for the overhead. Phemom says, no, thank you. Back throw.
The inch forward and the back throw, that was so smart from Phemom. When you can recognize, and the fierce, recognize the fist to your face.
Uppercut. Big damage, puts him in the lead, the OD uppercut, and now that yellow bar is on the side of Phemom. Gghalibel with the lead, 2 bars on both sides.
Here we go, this is what I was talking about. This is the pressure at its peak. What's going to happen from here? Look at Phemom hasn't pressed nothing. He saw that come out, then he parried. That's it so far.
The jab. And we saw Gghalibel doing this last time where he would just jump back from this situation, gets a low forward of his own. Gghalibel on the board, stops the bleeding, and that's going to be a round in game number 2. Let's see if he can keep this momentum.
What a window to find right there. That was so difficult.
Back to the corner.
All the way. Oh, and then he set him up for that one, right? The crouch media kick from super far. Knew that his response was going to whiff. Bait out. No, not at all.
Throw, drag the fist, start the fire, and start the lead. Gghalibel, big damage on the board, and he knows that was a good usage because this is match point for him. So he's going to get a few bars back, maybe even one, and he can close out, but that's if Phemom doesn't get his game started first. Perfect parry, goes up, attacks the drive bar. That is such a smart idea. They trade.
Oh, and he comboed off the trade.
This Gghalibel, hold on.
Yeah, you cannot trade with that drive rush stand fierce, bro. He tried maybe one of those meaty Jinrai setups where it immediately hits low or high. You don't see those come out too often, but right there, Phemom's making him pay for it.
Yeah, he actually got like the back tech, so the jab was early. He tried to set up the layers with the Jinrai, get the overhead. It's not going to work out, but now he's in burnout. Gets the hit with the heavy kick follow-up on Jinrai. Tries to uppercut through.
Oh, he wanted it. He wanted the run DP through the fireball, but it's so tough to react.
Yeah.
Oh,
Trade again. Yo, they are slugging it out.
Bro, the way Phemom has inched forward, both of them, the way they play these little minute movements in the ground game, it's been so sick. Yeah, that doesn't combo unless it's counter hit.
It goes for the throw. Phemom knows. Drive rush forward. I feel like he's really wasting a lot of that drive, trying to get in and maybe just press the issue to get out of the corner. Another throw from Phemom. Backdash, too late to pull the trigger on that jab, so he doesn't get anything. And he's stuck there, opens him up with the crouch strong, and this is not looking too good. Oh, this is not looking too good. Getting for a guess for game scenario. Baits out the wake-up level 1. Phemom looking a little crazy at first. Looking a little, turmoil-filled at first, but still brings it back into full control. The Ken mirror match goes in favor of Phemom. But like I said, man, Gghalibel really was starting to put the pieces together to figure out that Phemom puzzle. Wasn't enough in time, but it was still a good game to watch.
Absolutely. I love the way Phemom kind of switched up the pressure at the end as well. He got a little bit aggressive. I love that whiff stand fierce into immediate crouch medium punch, right? And we don't see a lot of crouch medium punch use from Ken, but it's a good button. 6 frames, it's got a disjointed hitbox, especially good for moments like that, right? Where you're trying to take advantage of the opponent, maybe pressing something back. So I love that from Phemom. And just in general, both of the way these players played, I was very impressed. Their ground games, their whiff punishing, where they took the risk, when they took the risk. So smart. And another great recognition for Phemom towards the end of the game, right? He knew that when Ghalibel's back was against the wall, he popped off last time with the level 3. We saw it connect, so he didn't give him another chance at the end, right? He was like, this is where you popped off last time. I'm going to bait out the super.
Gghalibel finally getting like his game started. The low forward really started like the descent into like, yo, you're in my world now. Wakes up, gets the level 3 and the CA on top of that, but both Gghalibel in burnout, and this really was one of those situations where you see Phemom kind of press on the gas in the scenario. I love him taking the knockdown, but it put him so far away, and he committed to this enhanced uppercut to get through fireball, and I love that that's when Phemom actually pulled out the fireball. It's like, you know what? At first we're going to slug it out mid-screen, lots of trades, and that crazy trade combo from Gghalibel to be prepared with the low forward, but once again, it's one of those things where you're fighting a player like Phemom. He really does feel like he's kind of like swamping you with attacks, and then he just waits for you to swing and kind of put yourself in this situation where you're going to lose.